Sometimes these tenants may or may not work out, as you mentioned before. How do you deal with those conflicts? How do you deal with like difficult contractors? How do you deal with difficult tenants? Do you sit down with them one on one? How do you kind of navigate that through that?
I think we've not had a whole lot of that, but yeah, you have to sit down with them, and you know, the more we're experienced in this, the less we let things go. You know, if something's off, then a lot of stuff is going to be off. So initially, like the contractor stuff was, you know, and because we didn't know as much about, you know, the work and how much this would cost, we really had to educate ourselves on that for flips. But yeah, you just have to sit down and say this isn't working, and we're not, you know, you're gone. We're gonna have to hire somebody else because you're too slow. You haven't done what you said you were gonna do. You haven't um, fixed the house as to the level that we want it, etc. So to
Mhm.
just sit down and make that break, and sometimes it sucks, but you know, it's business.
I have a funny story with our first condo. We Airbnb'd it and we had somebody manage it. Well, management went off in that building and somebody put a tenant in our unit, and we got a call from the HOA saying, you have pit bulls in your house, you have people coming and going. And we're like, there, no
It's
way.
vacant.
It's vacant. It's at that time it was supposed to be vacant because we were doing some things to fix it up a little more and reassess. So we drove over to Daytona Beach, and that was when, you know, new, not knowing, and squatters' rights. We hadn't, you know, what the heck? The squatters have rights to stay in your house. So we banged on the door and banged on the door. The one lady opened the door, and Jane said, "You get the heck." Well, she didn't say heck, but that was close. Out of my house now. And I had the lockbox. So she grabbed her stuff, walked out the door. We piled up all our other stuff and put it out the door on the curb and changed the lock. So we just kind of forced them out, not realizing that you had to go through all kinds of legalities when somebody's just squatting in there. So
Wow. Three. So if you were to relate success to a bowling ball, how is success like a bowling ball?
That's with your holes in the wall there. I guess the bowling ball, as you throw it down the lane, it picks up speed, and then you're gonna knock out the pins to success. So
Awesome. And for Sharon, one to four.
two.
One, two. So if you were to relate success to a blanket, how's success like a blanket?
Success is like a blanket because it is functional. It keeps you warm. It protects. And when you create success, you want to create protection, um, and shelter. It could be shelter, um, and you can make it as large or as small as you would like. A blanket you can make as large, and your success you can make as large or small as you like.